Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining us. Hope you're all well. Well, it's midweek Wednesday, and every Wednesday from now on, we're going to release a video just looking back at the Premier League's weekend games, looking at all the twists and talking points of what was an eventful weekend. It's only match day 4, but we're already well into it. But before we get the video going, please do become a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber, hit that like button and, of course, the notification bell. And if you've got any comments, then you can add them below. I will look at them and I'll read everything that I can. It's only match day 4 of the Premier League, but we've still got plenty of things to talk about, even though it's very early in the season. The Premier League always gives us everything: goals, drama, late twists and turns, and plenty of talking points. From Arsenal's injury hit dominance to Liverpool's late penalty to Brentford's long throw equaliser to Spurs hammering West Ham without Son, big miss for them. And then City's dismantling of United in the derby. It was a weekend packed with storylines, and we're going to go through it game by game, look what happened, take a look at a few of the stats behind it and what it all means moving forward. We start at the Emirates, where Arsenal brushed aside Nottingham Forest 3-0 despite a growing injury list. New signing Martin Zubimendi was the star of the show, scoring twice, one which was a beautifully struck volley from the edge of the box, and his movement gave Arsenal the cutting edge that they've been missing at times. Victor Gyökeres added a third, showing why he's been brought in to replace Gabriel Jesus as the main striking option. He's hit the straps and he's scoring goals, which is what Arsenal lacked in probably the last couple of seasons, which was an out-and-out goal scorer that could have won them a couple of league titles. But Forest tried to frustrate Arsenal with a low block, but couldn't cope with the pace of passing. Arsenal ended with 64% possession and 19 shots, where Forest were limited to just one on target. And it's difficult to cope with Arsenal's high press and the pace with which they hit you. And if you try and play out from the back, as Leeds found a couple of weeks ago, Arsenal will take the ball off you high up the pitch and hit you hard. The squad still looks stacked with creativity, and for Mikel Arteta, this was a statement win. Injuries or not, they are serious title contenders, and I think that's probably true. I think that they are probably second favourites to take the title behind Liverpool, and they have increased that squad. They've put players in where they needed them, and they are serious title challengers. Moving across to the south coast, where Bournemouth continued their impressive start, beating Brighton 2-1. And Anton Semenyo was the hero again, scoring his third goal of the season. He's quickly becoming one of the breakout stars of the campaign. I don't think it's any surprise to anybody. He had a campaign last year where he was notable for scoring goals, and Brighton dominated possession as usual, 61% of the ball, but Bournemouth were clinical. They scored 2 of their 3 shots on targets, and that's what it's all about at the end of the day. You can dominate possession right throughout the game, but if you don't create chances, and for Brighton that was the problem, it's another reminder that dominating the ball doesn't matter if you can't turn it into goals. At Selhurst Park, it was a goalless draw between Crystal Palace and newly promoted Sunderland. Palace had 17 shots and almost 70% of possession, but couldn't find a way through, which is a surprise because they have been scoring goals for fun just lately. Sunderland defended deep, which you would expect from a newly promoted side, and goalkeeper Anthony Patterson made 6 very good saves, keeping his team in it. It's their first away point of the season, and a confidence boost for a side expected to struggle. I don't expect Sunderland to struggle. I expect them to do quite well and survive. Not easily, because it won't be easy for any of the promoted sides to survive, but I think they've got as good a chance as any. For Palace, losing Eberechi Eze to Arsenal in the transfer window is clearly hurting them in the final third. Another 0-0 draw at Goodison Park, where Everton and Villa cancelled each other out. It seems like Everton's Jordan Pickford was the busier of the two keepers, making 5 important saves. Villa had 13 shots, but only 3 on target. For Moyes' Everton, the worry is goals, for just 2 from their first 4 games. Defensively, they've been pretty solid, but they desperately need a cutting edge. and I guess that Jack Grealish can't keep producing for them every match. There's got to be creativity from other parts of the pitch, and that's probably where Everton and Aston Villa at the moment seem to be letting themselves down. At Craven Cottage, Fulham beat Leeds 1-0 thanks to a late own goal. It was a freak own goal, a header from Goodmanson, but these things can happen to you. Leeds had plenty of energy, pressing high and creating chances, but lacked quality in the final third, and that is one of the problems that Leeds have got, is that they're solid at the back, they're solid in midfield, but they lack that cutting edge up front, someone who can create chances. They've got the people to put the ball in the back of the net, but if the chances are not created, that doesn't happen. Fulham, meanwhile, had the most of their one big opportunity. They've now scored 3 of their 5 goals this season from dead ball situations, which is a big thing in the Premier League now. Teams are employing set piece coaches to make the most of these dead ball situations, and Marco Silva's men look well drilled. But while Leeds need to adapt fast if they want to avoid being dragged into a relegation battle, I expect that Leeds will push it and will not end up um, cast adrift at the bottom of the Premier League. I think they've got enough in them to be able to survive this season if they can just start putting a few in the back of the net, and that's probably a problem for a lot of the teams down there in the relegation battle, is scoring enough goals to survive. So at St James's Park, Newcastle edged Wolves 1-0 thanks to a debut goal from Nick Voltermader, who headed in confidently at the back post in his first Premier League appearance. Newcastle's defence impressed again, and that's 3 clean sheets in their last 4 games. Impressive stuff. Wolves, by contrast, failed to record a single shot on target, and they look desperately short of firepower. Eddie Howe will be delighted with the balance in his team and is showing tight at the back, sharp when it matters up front, and creativity in front. They've got pace in the pitch and have a fantastic game ahead of them in the Champions League on Thursday against the Spaniards, Barcelona. That's one to look forward to. And if you can join us for a live watch along for that game on Thursday, it'll be great to see you. Tottenham produced one of their best performances of the season so far, hammering West Ham 3-0 at the London Stadium. Goals came from James Maddison, Richarlison and Brennan Johnson, who has stepped up since Song Heung-min's departure and has filled his boots nicely. I thought that Brennan Johnson looked quite good in parts last season, but he's really stepped up to be counted now. A quick note here is that Song ended a legendary 10-year spell at Spurs this summer, scoring 173 goals in 454 appearances. Some of them were spectacular as well. He was good with both feet, was Song, scoring from close in and outside the box. His pace was what got him a lot of goals as well. Before moving to MLS, Spurs fans miss him now, but this is the game that showed his team is learning to thrive without him. Moving on to the turning point came when Thomas Souček was red carded, and from then on Spurs dominated the game. They finished with 67% possession, 9 shots on target and almost double West Ham's passes. 67% possession in an away game is fantastic, and Maddison in particular looked like the new creative heartbeat of the team and is already on 3 assists for the season. At the G-Tech, Brentford and Chelsea shared the points in a 2-2 draw. Brentford went ahead in the 35th minute through Sharda. In the second half, Cole Palmer came on and equalised. Moses Caicedo hit a wonderful shot that in the 85th minute looked like it had stolen the points. But Fabio Carvalho came on and scored late on in injury time to share the points. Long throw-ins caused chaos, and that's Brentford's 5th set-piece goal already this season, the most in the league. It's something we're going to see a lot more of, I think. Chelsea dominated the possession, 65% had 14 shots, but couldn't close the game out. And the manager there is going to have to do some work to fix up their defensive fragility. And they've got to look to close the games out if they're going to keep taking 3 points from these games that they probably should be winning and are not doing so. And if Chelsea want to sustain a title challenge, then he's got a few things to sort out. Let's take a look at the league table as it stands at the moment. Liverpool are on the top with 12 points from 4 games, 100% record. Arsenal Close behind them in second with 10 points. Tottenham in third on 9 points. Man City in fourth on 9 points, followed, surprisingly, by Bournemouth on 7, and then Newcastle close behind them on 6 points. Liverpool are perfect for the season so far. Arsenal strong despite injuries. Spurs adjusting well post-Son, and Bournemouth are the surprise package. So far, top scorers are Erling Haaland on 5 goals, and Anton Semenyo is on 3, Martin Zubimendi 2, Mo Salah 2. Haaland is inevitably the top, but Semenyo's rise is the surprise story. The top creators so far are James Maddison from Spurs with 3 assists. Phil Foden's got a couple of assists so far. Maddison is stepping into Son's creative void brilliantly. Just a few fun stats for us. Liverpool, all 4 wins sealed in the last 10 minutes now. That's something that you don't often see. Brentford's 5 goals have come all from set pieces. Manchester United have just a 5.7% shot conversion rate, which leaves them in the bottom 3 in the league. And Newcastle's 3 clean sheets in 4 games makes them the best defensive side so far. At Turf Moor, Liverpool snatched a late 1-0 win thanks to a Mohamed Salah penalty. Burnley defended superbly for 85 minutes, but a handball gives Salah the chance to win it, and he calmly slotted it home. And that's now 4 straight games where Liverpool's winners have come in the last 10 minutes, and it shows resilience, but also shows that they're still struggling to break teams down. I think it's fair to say that Liverpool haven't hit their straps so far, and when they do, when they start scoring goals earlier and really start flowing, I think that the rest of the Premier League is going to be in trouble. It takes time to bed players in, and Liverpool have made a few signings that look good, but they need time to gel. Burnley remain winless, but showed enough fight to suggest that they won't be pushovers in the league this season. Burnley looks solid in defence and showed that they've got enough fight to suggest that they won't be pushovers this season. They have a win in the league already and are just above the relegation zone, but teams will find it difficult to break them down. The Manchester derby closed the weekend and City made it look easy with a 3-0 win. Erling Haaland scored twice, Phil Foden added another, and United really never looked in it. City had 18 shots to United's 6, 65% possession, and almost completed 200 more passes than United. Those stats do say a lot about the Manchester United team at the moment. For United, the story is wastefulness. They've taken 54 shots this season but scored just 3 goals, and that's the worst conversion rate of any of the teams that were fancied to be up there pressing for European places. I'm not going to say that they were pressing for Championship or anything like that, because that's obviously not going to be the case. Ruben Amorim's system hasn't clicked yet, and United fans are already getting restless after just 4 games. For City, it's business as usual. Haaland scoring for fun. Foden, who it's nice to see back in the side and shining, because England will need him in the World Cup this summer. He's shining, and the team looked as ruthless as ever. So that's match day 4 wrapped up. Liverpool remain top. Arsenal are right there behind them despite injuries. Spurs are adjusting to post-Son, and City look better than they did last season. At the other end, Burnley, Leeds and Wolves are all facing tough battles. The big talking points are Brentford's set-piece dominance and Liverpool's late dramas, United's attacking struggles, and Spurs finding a new identity without their long-term captain. If the first 4 weeks are anything to go by, we're in for one of the most competitive Premier Leagues in years. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Thanks for joining us. If you've enjoyed it, please hit the subscribe and the like and hit the notification bell. We are live streaming watch along on Thursday. If you can join us, the Newcastle-Barcelona game. If you hit the notification bell, then when these games are advertised, you will get notifications straight away. Great to see you all joining us. Hope you have a nice day. Take care of yourselves. See you on the next video.